So here we go.
Okay, so here we go, all friends of Emerson.
And friends of each other.
Also
Yes,
that.
definitely.
I watch your YouTube on from Emerson, Mona. It's beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful meeting you have.
Yeah.
Yes, really. It's so clear and it's so soft and it's so direct that I think that many people will benefit from this meeting you have with Emerson. I've sent it to a lot of people, and all those people said, "Oh, I want to know more about this. Oh, something is happening." So it's great. Yes. And what's your experience after the meeting?
After the meeting, I can't even remember. It's been such a long time ago already, but I feel it's been a bit like there was a lot of release happening, actually. I had a bit of some feelings were coming up and a lot of doubts, actually. And as far as I remember, I think I talked to you, Alice, didn't I? The next day I was crying a lot.
Yeah.
And
I think you could say there was something holding on very strongly to actually to not be free.
Yeah, definitely. I see that happening again and again.
Yeah.
Paradoxically, because it's really not nice. There's really nothing,
No.
nice, nothing at all. And yet it's like, and poor Els has to listen to me then.
Oh.
But good though, because it really, like, after I had this cry, like, I really, I'm kind of like, I'm not trying to understand anything anymore. So after that cry, like, apparently it was necessary for something, because really after it was completely quiet, and I actually had, at the same day, I had a talk again with Emerson. He asked me, he wanted to see me again 2 days later. And the first thing he said when he saw me, I think even before he said hello, he was like, "Oh, you had a lot of release going on."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was a bit surprised, because I've never really heard him speaking about that. But he wasn't surprised. He said this is happening quite often.
Yeah.
And he was even mentioning that he was actually saying something like that, you are grieving, and I'm not sure of what he referred to. Because I feel I'm pretty much in peace with my past. But apparently a lot of people are having like grieving issues after, because they realize then how simple it is, and how much they've been suffering for many years, maybe. I mean, I've even heard people seeking for 50 years or something.
Yes, I saw it, Jolene. Yes, did you saw Jolene else?
I love that video. I love it so much. I'm like the second video when she's just so, there's just so much love now.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
I had to cry when I watched it the first time.
Yeah, beautiful, huh? Yeah.
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 I think when he speaks about grieving, I think we all can recognize it. For me, it's grieving about the person that we thought we were, and we realize we are not.
That you're sad, you mean that you're not what you thought you are?
Yeah.
No, I'm
so that you're like in a releasing of the whole story, actually, that has been up to that moment that you realize that it's just a story and not what you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the time you spend in the story.
Yeah.
Fighting with the story.
Yeah.
Crying for the story, escaping from it.
Yeah.
I think that's also a part of the grieving process that some people have. Yeah. Yeah.
And that the release also for the body, it seems very normal that there's some kind of like that.
Yeah.
A new another kind of breathing, actually. Like, do you know what I mean?
You mean after?
Yeah, after.
Oh, okay.
So like after that, because when that there's like the body releases also. It's not just the
Mm-hmm.
mind. With the mind, the whole body lets go of everything.
Mm-hmm.
When it's crying, it's like everything that has been like maybe in a kind of a cramp inside just releases, just comes out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you said, because you cried a lot. For me, it's like, yeah, the body is responding to what has been happening.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I feel like this has actually happened in the past quite often already. I had a time, you know, like after I met Muji, after I stopped listening to so much satsang, because in the beginning I was mainly only watching satsang. Like, you know, Marlies, what satsang is? Like,
Yes, Els has told me about it. Yeah.
and I had like 1 or 2 years where I really couldn't, like, I was so much drawn to silence and I was just really crying. I didn't know for what reason. And I could really feel like something is going out of my body. And I was really not very well spiritual educated. So I didn't really know what was going on, but I felt like it was good.
Yeah.
There was a lot of grieving already. So I don't feel like here it's not really so much, like there's not so much regret about what has happened in the past or that I missed anything. Not at all.
No. No.
No, somehow not. I feel like, yeah, it's gone already. Maybe not, but
No. Yeah. Well, it feels like a liberation.
Yeah.
Right, so really a liberation of the body and the mind, and everything is expanding, and especially that feeling how more you are in the story that I saw with other people that I meet. Some people are really in the story, and then after 5 minutes you see literally the opening of the body and the opening of everything, and there's an extreme relaxation
yeah,
and a liberation feeling. Oh my God,
Mhm.
that it's
Mm.
incredible. It's
Yeah,
incredible to watch. Yes,
it is.
yes, yes.
yeah. Really, thank you again for sending me the videos. As
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
How great, eh?
Mm.
That's Elle sent you a video.
Mhm. And I don't
And
see myself as poor else to listen to it, because I knew, you know what is so nice when someone is awake in this clarity, then I also knew that when whatever I said, you would quickly be there, like as in again, and that's different than talking with people who are only in the story. Then it
yeah,
becomes
oh
less.
yeah.
And that's a really big difference. At least
Mm.
I think you experience the same thing, right?
Yes, yes. After a couple of weeks, when I talk to Emerson, there are still stories. Sometimes it seems that there are still stories, and well, then, but when I ask myself the questions, there's so much peace. There's always this peace
yeah,
beneath the story. So I know I'm not in the story. It's very difficult to explain, but I can see that I'm in the story and yet I'm not in the story. Do you know what I mean? So when I ask myself the questions, in no time I dropped in the silence. I dropped in this,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
gone. And then oh yeah, God, it's all words. That again. So sometimes there are stories coming up or thoughts or patterns, but they're also just words. Without words, none of us has a problem.
no.
It's only the words.
And it's something that actually everybody can grasp rather quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe then the question comes after how to maintain it. That's something else. But in the moment itself, I had a session this morning with a couple, and especially the woman was struggling with herself. And I said, but what is there when you don't go with any thought to the past and not to the future? She knows nothing about this. I just asked this question.
yeah,
Well, now? I said, yeah, and when even this word drops away, then what is there? And she said, well, nothing.
No, yeah.
Is there any problem now? No problem. And is there now this quietness, because she was looking for quietness in her head.
Mm.
I said, how is it now in your thoughts in the head? Quiet. She said, "Oh."
Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
But
Yes.
often people come back, yeah, but, and then, and yeah, then they go back to the past or the future, the stories actually.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Until they see that there are words too.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can snap out of it.
Yeah.
I totally believe that when you once see this, there's never going to be an unseeing. It's impossible. Sometimes your thoughts tell you, oh, maybe you're not free at all, you know, or something else. But it's impossible to
Yeah.
see this and to snap out of it. It's impossible. That are only the words, the thoughts also.
Yeah, it's happening automatically.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't stop it. You can't help it.
No.
Although I have to say, I still have moments, definitely, where I just can't remember the questions, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about maybe I should write them down somewhere.
Maybe then you don't need them.
Yeah,
No.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just there.
These questions are also just words.
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't need those questions to maintain something. That's also just another thought.
Mm.
And when
Mm.
we see that, then it's all going to disappear again.
Yeah. And it was really funny. I saw a recent video from Emerson with someone this morning, just a little part of it. And the man became very quickly clear. And then he said, yeah, but what now?
Oh yeah.
As
Yeah.
if that isn't enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
also the mind who likes to be entertained, right?
Yeah. And it's never enough for the mind. When it's quiet, it
Yeah.
will ask, oh, I have to be more quiet, or I have to maintain this quiet, or blah 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 blah. It's never enough.
Yeah.
When you're clear, the mind will ask you, oh, but maybe you can get even more clear. Or are you totally free? Do you know? That kind of questions. But what's in between the mind and no mind? Where's the mind?
Yeah, where is it?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't find it. And even the thoughts are just imagination, right?
Yeah.
There's no one thinking those thoughts.
True. They just seem so real when you get caught up in them.
Yeah. 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 But if there is no you, can you find the you? Where's else? Where's Mona? I can't find myself.
Mm.
Where's the I? I don't know. Well, who's thinking then?
That's
I don't
true.
know.
Yeah.
I had to think of you, Marlies. I don't know where I heard you saying this, but I think you once said you feel like a puppet doing something.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And last week I had an incident where I had to cry. And I had an appointment and I was just crying and I didn't even know why. But I also couldn't help it. And then afterwards I was like, I could feel how ideas were coming up about this is very shameful and I should have been like this and that. And like I was almost it sucked me in, but then somehow it didn't. Like I just realized it's all thoughts. And when I went home, I felt a bit like yeah, really like a puppet. Like, what
Yeah.
is that about? Wow. Like something is using me to, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it. It was really,
No. Yes, yes.
I was
Talk
crying,
about
but it
it,
was
Anna.
funny at the
Yeah,
same
but it's
time.
like things can unfold just like that, and you never know why. But maybe afterwards
No.
you will
Yeah,
say, "Hey,
yeah.
wasn't it the same man that told you now, well, I don't think I need to see you for a few months, who is going to leave you alone for a little
That
while?"
was the appointment afterwards, and then
Yeah.
like the one that I saw yesterday, because I was crying. He said, "Well, maybe I leave you alone."
No.
You never know why it's good for. It just
That's
happens,
perfect.
and it brings you something that you think, oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
So
before that, I was telling him, I was crying. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, great. Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
sometimes it's really strange because then I feel really like a puppet, when I'm
Yeah.
taking on my clothes, for example. Then sometimes there's really a, oh my God, I'm just dressing a doll, you know? So it feels like I'm dressing a doll. Who's
Yeah.
dressing a doll? Who's dressing me? Who's dressing? You know? It's
I
it's
can have
really
it under
strange.
the shower. Like, who is washing what?
Yeah, who is watching who? Yeah. Eh?
Who is ahead? And then I'm laughing in the shower for nothing, actually.
Oh, great. Yeah, really. Oh, man.
Uh,
Non-dual humor.
yeah,
Non-dual humor.
you're
Yes.
good at it. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, really. Yeah. 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 And when I'm walking and I'm walking across the street and I notice all those people, sometimes it's really strange because I think, oh my God, all these walking bodies everywhere. It's it's really strange sometimes, but it didn't happen every day. I mean, sometimes everything is just ordinary, it seems, and still things happening when I'm walking aside the beach or something. The light strikes me and I start crying at the beach because it's so beautiful, or it's so intense, more an intense experience than I've always had. And it's really strange sometimes. Yes, yes. And it's also so beautiful to watch and see other people getting this, and other people are going free, end of suffering. It's truly a gift. I think it's truly a gift. Yes.
And sometimes I hear people say, yeah, but the situations are still the same. And then it is, but you are no longer in the situations. And
No.
that makes everything different. It's the
Yeah.
same, but on the other side, completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even the emotions, like it's the same patterns or the same like stuff coming up, but it just doesn't feel like, as I said yesterday, it doesn't really feel like it's ruling me anymore. It's
No.
deciding, or it's like, or not. Yeah, very good.
It's not landing on someone,
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's just sensations.
just that, and feeling.
Yeah. 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 And it's when I talked a couple of days ago to a woman, and I didn't know anything about her. We just drink some tea, and in that moment, I start to ask her questions, and in the directness, and she popped in no time in a full restaurant, and it was really beautiful. And afterwards, she told me she's going to a psychiatrist for almost 20 years. She has PTSS, I don't know, all kind of stuff. And she said, I'm free now. I'm
Wow.
free now.
Wow.
In exchange for a cup of tea, I'm free. A new quote. No, but that makes me so humbled. I
Yeah.
didn't do anything. I just passed it through, and it made me feel so humbled and so grateful.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful experience to give it to others,
Mhm.
Yeah.
to end the suffering of the words. Eh?
Mhm.
That's really what it is. Eh? Suffering of words. Where you're
Exactly.
talking about words.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And people can live now, eh? Can be happy, can be joyful, playing, just entertainment.
Yeah.
It's I don't have words for it.
Mhm.
I still find it difficult to have words for this.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are more words than others, but I love to spend my time alone. Still, yes,
Yeah.
because all the other people are just talking in stories,
Mhm.
and I notice that I love stories, but sometimes I don't love stories. No, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
It really depends maybe also on whom you're talking to. Like sometimes
yes,
there's just no words at all, and then I just feel like it's not the right moment to say anything about that.
yeah, yeah,
Leave it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how many times do you have spoken to Emerson, Mona? Two
Just
times.
yeah. He
Yeah.
actually he wanted to reach out again, but I feel like he's too busy, and he's mentioning quite often that he's not having a good memory.
No. I noticed.
To say
I'm
it.
still waiting on the YouTube video.
Oh,
I think it's never coming.
oh.
No,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
okay, you're one and
Yeah.
one.
Yes,
Yeah.
my
We
one-on-one.
found it. We found it on YouTube. Eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my one-on-one.
Mm.
You mean like that he sends it to you
He
privately?
sends the recording. Yeah,
I'm not sure that he's even ever doing that. I think they just release that when it's
I don't
published.
know.
Yeah. I haven't got mine either. I've just saw it someday on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
He's
8,000
maybe
people
he
have
thinks,
now watched your face.
or maybe he's actually thinking like they come on YouTube, everybody will find them there, and
Yeah.
maybe just the people that don't want it
Yeah,
on
they get it
YouTube,
sent.
that he sent them.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah, that would seem quite logical for Emerson.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, he's quite busy now, so
Yeah, I saw like his channel, it's growing fast. Like
yes.
almost 1,000 people a day or something like that. It was quite, maybe not that much, but quite fast.
Yeah, yeah. So
Do you know
beautiful for him.
1,000 people?
How many people?
What about those 1,000 people? I didn't understand.
Like I think like every second day he's got like 1,000 people more following his channel. Like
Following his
like
channel.
that.
I missed that part. Oh, okay. Wow, great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lot actually.
yeah.
That's
It's spreading, eh? It's
Very
spreading.
yeah. And he does it in such a very common way, very clear, very direct, very normal, actually. Very, yeah, I like it. Simple.
simple. Yeah.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. Yeah, great. Yeah. I love it also.
You both watched the same video before you met Emerson, is it? You watched the same one-on-one?
Yeah, actually, it was Marlies who sent me a video first. Yeah.
Yeah, I've met Daniel from the Sedona Methods, and it was early February, I think, and he sent me some videos of Emerson,
Yeah.
and I didn't know anything about non-duality. I didn't know the word. So I was just
Yes,
checking it.
absolutely.
I was just checking it, and the first couple of times I've noticed, I don't know, I didn't get it, and I think it's weird and chaotic, and I didn't understand it, but it's still playing in my mind. So after a couple of weeks, I watched it again, and then I had my first experience that I'm thinking was, oh my. And after that, it's become to land. It's becoming too popped, and then I'm sending else a video, and but I'm thinking, right before I sent else the video, there was already this clarity, but I didn't realize that was it. It was
Yeah.
too simple, you know. I didn't realize that was already the clarity that I'm looking for. So I was sending else the video, and she sent me halfway the video. Oh my God, what is happening? Well, and after that, I've booked a meeting with Emerson.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was already clarity. So the video and the meeting with Emerson is not like your video. It's not like the directness, the questions. It was
No.
more like a chat
Yeah.
about this experience. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Post pop talk.
Yeah.
Post pop talk. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, it was for me, I noticed it afterwards, like it was already there, but I didn't named it as that, or it was as if I wasn't there. But afterwards, after seeing the video, I realized it was already done. Like, and I was like, I remember that I can remember the moment I was cleaning. I said, Malicion, I'm going to clean my house. I will put it in my ears, and then I'll see what happens. I don't know after how long. I thought, oh, I think I need to sit down for this. To really listen very good. And then it was like, oof, as in, then I saw it was already there, and I don't, and every searching stopped, the seeking stopped. And that was such a relief. That was like a big,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I think we both had a few weeks of time that we talked a lot about it, because it was like landing more. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, this popped up, like how is this now unfolding? What about that? We had lots of talks, and it became more and more clear. And then, yeah, that was really nice. That I don't recall what it was, what we talked about, but I just keep the sensations, the feelings, of the process the month after it, like, yeah, deepening. But it's all just words, but it was
Yeah.
nice that we could talk to each other about it. Yeah, really grateful for that.
Yeah. It was like an unfolding, huh? An unfolding of the process or something like that. I don't know if it's true, but it's also just words. But a lot of things are happening in that period. Just everything has to land, find a new spot or something. I don't know. It's all words, but
Words, but when I look at it now, it feels more normal.
yeah.
In the beginning, it was like I was walking all the time in a movie.
Yeah.
Everything was happening around me, but I wasn't, I was there, but I wasn't there. And now that is gone, actually.
Yeah.
It's more like this is now normal.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you experience that, Mona?
Well, there, as I said, there's been a lot of doubts coming and a lot of like just emotions that or thoughts that I was believing, to be honest. Like it was a back and forth. And yeah, I really struggle actually with replaying the past, even if it's like yesterday. That's something I noticed. And I feel like it's getting a little bit less now, if that's true. I'm not sure. But like that I actually get sucked into so deep that I completely forget like everything, like that I'm just believing everything again. It hasn't happened in a while now. I think, as if I remember correctly. And now it's more like, as I said, that I feel more like there's always peace and there's still a lot of thoughts and emotions. It's just not overwhelming anymore. And it's not like there's not such a fight. There's not that often fights happening anymore against this. That's something I noticed, because that was happening a lot, that there was fights going on.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have it like that. And then, yeah, without noticing, it was already like, I was already in it, in the story. So yeah, now it's more like, it's quite peaceful and there's a lot of gratitude. And I mean, I don't really have anyone who's experiencing like with you, like, you know, like you had each other and you could talk about. But yeah, I keep just watching the one-on-ones, and sometimes I call Els.
Yeah, but that's great. I think it's great to connect to each other and to just have a chat about what you are experiencing. It can be very helpful.
Yeah. But it's very, very intense. What, you know, the emotions that I get sucked in, it's really not a nice, like how Els says, it's a very how do you say, how do you call the mind? Yeah, it's a very strong mind. It's very dark. It's very it's not nice to listen to, I guess.
Yeah.
But
So do you now feel more free to listen to it or not?
I feel more free, like definitely to decide not to decide, not to listen to it. Like I feel like I'm doing loads of things that the mind, the so-called mind, doesn't want to do, and it's just happening anyway. It's a bit like oh, interesting. Very fresh and very relaxing. Yeah, and like in conversations, like I have to say, I haven't really spoken to so many people lately, because there's not so much going on in my life at the moment, so I'm not meeting that many people. But yeah, even if they are just talking about, you know, the past and the story, it's fine. It's like, although I struggle a little bit with listening sometimes, I'm kind of like, 1 minute later, I'm like, oh, what did she say?
Yeah.
But then somehow it's fine too. Like I catch one word again and I say something and it works somehow. So the important things, I apparently still, I hear them. And yeah. And all the spiritual talks, you know, like because we were following this one teacher, Els and me.
Yeah.
It feels really too much now. Like I can't, like, it's just like all these words. It's like, as you said, you can't unsee it. Like every word is already going somewhere. And that was actually something that came in the beginning, a strong fear, because I couldn't listen to these talks in a way I did before. Something felt really lost. And but that's now only maybe coming up sometimes when I speak to other people who are still listening a lot to these talks.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't really, I'm kind of unable to unsee this. And I can't really, the way I did before, I can't do any spiritual talk anymore.
No.
Like, it's so complicated.
Yeah. and at the same time so freeing, because
Yeah.
where do you need those talks for now?
Yeah, that's the moments where the doubts come in, saying, yo, you just believe that you're awake or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is as much as a thought as believing you're not awake. So,
Yeah.
and then it's,
What's between awake and not awake?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, everything is kind of like feels very fluffy.
Fluffy.
I like that word.
Yeah,
actually.
I like it. Yeah, fluffy.
My father, actually, I've been with him at this weekend, and he doesn't speak English so well, so I cannot show him the videos of Emerson, but I did give him a book of Eckhart Tolle once, and he apparently read it, and he's changed so much I can't even recognize him anymore. And I was actually asking him one question one time, because he was reading the book now all the time, and you have to. My father has been, yeah. Anyway, it's been like I completely did not expect that change. Like I can't recognize.
Wow.
Or it's so quiet now with him, and even if he sometimes like he's trying to understand the book, and then I'm saying something like, there's also a shortcut. You can
Yeah.
just ask yourself what's between thoughts and no thoughts at all, or between thoughts and silence. So this is very simple. And he immediately put away the book. It was just quiet, like and
Oh, beautiful.
forest, and he's like telling me by himself. I'm not even saying anything, and that's what I see now more and more. I'm not even I'm not saying anything at all, even though it felt like it's been a bit like noisy before. Like the next time I speak to people, it's somehow something nice happened, and it's more light and more very magical somehow. I don't know. It's just,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a release.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. We cannot explain it. It is at some point a bit magical.
Yeah.
Things just appear that you say, I didn't do anything in particular, yet I do see that something is changing.
Mm.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Eh?
Yeah, and even like I started a kind of a relationship lately, and we haven't really spent so much time yet together because we've met in Portugal. And it's a lot like there's a lot of conflicts happening. and it's very like there I really have to say this is also very magical, because it's not possible that my mind has created any of these solutions that then came out of these conflicts. Really, it's something is taking over. I'm not able to solve all these things now, and it's happening by itself. It's just like, yeah, I don't even know how to explain.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like something is so tired here. It's been so tired already that this is somehow very easy to just let go, like to just trust and to just. I've seen too many times that there can't be any solution in thinking. I've seen it
No.
many times.
Yeah.
And yeah. And what was also happening, what I see now more is like what you said, Els, that some people feel like nothing has changed outwards. And I think we spoke about it, that because it pretty much looks the same for me, even especially when people see my life and they make a comment about it, it's still like I'm still not having a job. I'm still in the same flat. I still have no money. And this is something that catched me in the beginning, that I felt like, oh, now these things should be different, or now life should be easier and stuff like that. But it's really, it can't catch me now anymore. It's like, it's once I saw it, it's not coming strong anymore. It doesn't have any power.
Yeah, and I think here is, even though time is just relative and also just another word, but speaking in those terms, it's now everything when before there were thoughts and there was a whole subconscious thing
Yeah.
playing to create all these situations. Now that's gone. Well, it can unfold, but what is time? There is like it is changing, but when? How? Just unfolding actually. And that's
Yeah.
very beautiful.
And in that unfolding, in this space of clarity, it doesn't matter if we have money or no money, or a house or no house, because there's so much contentment, there's so much peace already. And I think that that's the spot. There are no desires, no wantings.
Yeah.
Everything feels okay already in this spot.
Yeah.
So what do we need? I don't
Yeah.
know. Yes, there are still in what you mentioned, the same flat or whatever, but it don't has power over you because you're so content now. You have everything already.
Yeah.
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 And this is such a beautiful spot to
Yeah.
be in, because even when I'm sleeping under a bridge, I don't sleep under a bridge, but you know what I mean. I was thinking yesterday, oh my God, I need money. So, and okay, what's between money and no money? Yeah, this. So
bridge.
even when I'm sleeping under a bridge,
A bridge? What's between money and
no,
money?
but
A bridge?
there's always this contentment, this peace, this I'm happy now. No desires, no wantings. I don't know.
Just playing.
A magical spot where everything can just unfold and everything can happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Let's see. But you're not dependent anymore. I have to earn this, or I have to buy this, or I have to get this, or I have to get rid of that before you're feeling this contentment that you're feeling now.
Yeah.
And that is for me the main difference.
Yeah.
It's already here.
Yeah.
Yes. And that itself is such a rich feeling. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. Even in the midst of chaos, there's still this peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
How lucky we are.
Really. Yeah.
Definitely.
It's truly a gift, what I've said before. I see it truly as a gift. Yeah.
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 Nice.
Yeah.
Shall
Yeah.
I stop the recording now for this time?
That's okay.
Or is there anything more somebody would say on the record?
On the record. No.
Nothing. Good.
What did you say, Mona?
Nothing for the record.
Nothing for the record. Alrighty, I'm going to end the recording. Just a moment.